Alright, cool. So I'm videotaping, guys. Guys, I'm videotaping. So my name is Josh Vogel. This is my buddy Brennan Killfeather right here. I'm going to show a couple of ways to escape side control that I use. They're like trick escapes. So they're fancy. If you do them against your partner twice, you'll probably never be able to get them again, unless you wait for 6 months and then you forget about them and then you catch them by surprise again. So they're totally like surprise moves, but it can be very helpful to have those surprise moves in your back pocket, just in case you need them, or in case somebody is so good that they know how to shut down all your normal orthodox escapes. Sometimes it's good to have a curveball that you can throw and that they won't see coming. So number one, if I'm facing this way and if you're on this side. So he's on top of me in side control, right? Basic arm positioning. My arm, I can have my arm stuck out here. I would never willingly put this here, but sometimes it gets stuck here. Or I can have my arm framing across the net. And you guys can't see what I'm doing because of the camera angle, but if we angle this way, this works, this arm position or this arm position. And a little detail that I like to do, just so you know, this is probably the worst arm position for side control. If you wanted to go from the worst position to an acceptable position, usually you don't want to go in front of the face, because if I go here and he takes his arm out and he can grab an Americana very quickly. Yeah. So if you do want to get this arm from here to here, there's two different ways to do it. One, I can use this hand to catch his arm, and then I use my head to pin his arm, and now if he tries to Americana me, he can't, because my fat, stupid head is gluing his arm to the mat, right? Or I can dig my knuckles underneath like this, and now there's very little danger of the Americana that way too. If you have tender wrists, like you get wrist locked a lot or you just have weak wrists, this can be uncomfortable sometimes. So either one is fine. Just depends on how your wrists are feeling. So now the escape. If I'm here, I call this the Santa Claus escape, because when you do this, you have to start off by putting your hips on top of your partner's hips, just like you're sitting on Santa Claus's lap. So I go here and here like this. This allows me to reach his leg more easily. If I'm here like this, I can't reach his leg. So I scoot my hips a little bit, hook his leg, and now from here, I'm going to chop his head. But a little detail, actually I'll show you when I do it for the second time. I go here, here. As I bridge, I'm going to lift with this leg. Here, go over top, and then immediately trap the arm here, because then you can start to turn the person over and do arm attacks, right? So if we go back in time, here, right, I go here, I turn my hips, I hook the leg, and I chop the head, lift, go on top, and immediately trap the arm, right? Now if we do from a different angle, let's do from, this way. So you guys can see now, same thing, I scoot my hips, I hook the leg, and when I hook the leg, I try not to, I try to be subtle about it because I don't want to telegraph this too much. I just seem like I'm kind of squirming around with no idea what I'm doing. And then when I'm ready to go, I hook the leg and I'll use my elbow gently on the outside of his knee so that he's not basing out. If my elbow is anywhere else, when I go up, he'll step out to the side and he's got base, right? So if we go back, my elbow goes here, so if he tries to step out, it stops him from doing that. So angle my hips, hook the leg, block, and then when you're ready to go, you bridge. I'm going to lift with my right leg and take him over. Here, lift, going over. Now, if we go from this angle here, let's say I try this, but he's wise to it, or he's got really good reflexes, and I mess it up. I lift, and I immediately bring my hips down and scoot and get my guard back. So without anybody on top of me, all I'm doing, I scoot my hips, hook the leg, put my foot on the mat, and I'm lifting, but I can't quite take them over, my hips come down faster than they went up, and I get my knee across the waist, scoot, and get my close guard back. So, like I said before, this is a curveball. This is a Hail Mary trick. This is something that's not really going to be part of your A game, unless you compete against people that you haven't competed against before and they don't know what you're up to. That's fine. But the whole thing with this is that it's unorthodox. It's meant to surprise the other person. Like I said before, I never will put my arm over the shoulder in that position. I'll do this if they get my arm stuck there, or if I frame across the neck, that's a little bit better. Give it a shot and let me know what you think.